second matchup of 3-Minute Drill. I am your host, Cal Friedman, and today we are joined by the New York Jets, New York Islanders, New York Knicks, New York Yankees, New York City FC, your New York fan, Scott Fingeroff.
I'm not biased. Actually, I am. Hey,
And we are joined...
No, wait, I'm going to save that joke for when I announce Cal's and Colby's.
And we are also joined by the Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat. I'm not going to say Golden State Warriors, don't worry. Florida Panthers.
You thought about it, though.
San Francisco Giants, Chelsea FC, and Bayern Munich fan, Kevin
Don't forget
Fielder.
about the Washington Nationals and the Miami Marlins.
Come on.
And
Also, the Chicago Cubs.
yeah, and the Cubs for that one game. All right, as this is only the second episode, I am going to run through the rules again. There will be 3 categories or 3 sports per episode. Each will be given by me. The questions can be yes or no questions, one option or the other questions, or multiple answer questions. Order of the questions, because these teams have, or I say teams, but players have the same record, will be decided by this golden coin. Not actually golden, but just a coin. Contestants will get a minute to come up with an answer for the question, doing their research. If the person required to go first does not come up with an answer to argue, the other person gets the option to go first. The moderator will start a minute when both contestants are ready. After the first 30 seconds of the first person arguing, it will be handed over to the second person, who will get the next 30 seconds of the minute. No interrupting. I'm going to say that now. If you do interrupt, it will be resulting in a first warning. And if you do it again, you will lose 5 seconds off your time for the coming rounds. Everyone okay with those rules?
Come on. I just want to interrupt Scott the whole time.
I mean, that'd be one way to win, but because I'm outlawing it, I don't want this to happen. So, the 3 categories today will be Major League Baseball, NFL, and NHL. Is everyone good with those categories?
I mean, I guess.
Definitely.
I wanted lacrosse, but...
No MLL. No thanks. All I know is Paul Pogba is #1 in the world, and he is on the New York Lizards. Go.
All right. So, we are going to be deciding the order with this coin. Kevin, I would like you to call heads or tails in the air. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Heads I win, tails you lose, tails.
Well, unfortunately for you, it was heads. So, Scott, you have the option to receive and answer the MLB question and NHL question first. Or you can defer the option to Kevin and let Kevin answer them first.
Let's see. Lucky me, my weak point is the second question. So...
Really not that difficult.
You know what? I'm going to defer.
Ooh. Okay, so what that means to everyone who's a bit confused or concerned, Scott will answer the NFL question first, and all the other questions second. Kevin will get the answer for the first questions first.
How fun.
Are you guys ready to get into this?
No.
Wait, let me get a pen real quick. I'm ready now.
So
I am not
for the
ready.
research round, you are allowed to use any source that you want, anything you want that is within the minute. So,
All right, so I can't use Donald Trump. Okay, just making sure.
okay, so for baseball, here is your question.
Hold on.
What?
I'm putting up a do not bother me sign.
He's not prepared.
My bad. Oh, wow. All right, Scott's going to lose his time. No, I'm kidding.
Wait. Quick question. Is Donald Trump's wrong considered interrupting, or... Because he did that in the debate.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Nice try, though. All right.
Okay.
So, the MLB question. Here's a bit of background details. The Toronto Blue Jays have announced recently that they will let 36-year-old Jose Bautista test the free agency waters. The Blue Jays failed to reach the World Series this year again and will look to rebuild, as Edwin Encarnacion, who is also reaching the twilight of his career, will leave in free agency as well. My question is, I don't care what team you think he'll sign for, but will Bautista get a big money deal in terms of free agency this year? And can he live up to this big money deal? You guys have a minute to research. Scott deferred, right?
Yeah.
So, Kevin, you will have to answer this question first. Are you ready to research?
Yeah, wait, hold up. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, minute to research.
Oh, great.
We'd also like to remind you that this is the second matchup of Week 1 of 3-Minute Drill. Due to some rescheduling, the third matchup will be me taking on Colby, and Scott over there will host, because obviously I think it'd be a little biased and unfair if I made up my own question.
Yes.
We hope you'll stick along for that. We will also inform you that the matchups for round 2 will be Scott taking on Tommy, me taking on John, and Kevin taking on Colby. I will remind you guys right now, you have 25 seconds to finish up your research.
God damn, that goes fast.
Yeah, I know. I realized that last night when they were doing their research and I was giving my announcement. I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Just shut up from now on.
10 seconds.
Wait.
Oh, God. 5, 4, and time. So Scott has deferred, which means, Kevin, you're going to be using the first 30 seconds of the minute to answer. Kevin, before going into too much detail, what's your general answer? Will Jose Bautista get a big money deal, and will he live up to this?
See, Bautista, will get a big money deal, but I don't think he'll live up to it because he's already 30.
Okay.
6?
Yeah. All right. Now, okay. I just wanted your general answer. Scott, your answer?
I think he's going to get not as much money as he wants, but not as much money as Toronto's willing to give him. I think he's going to get around... I'll explain what I think he's going to get when I talk, but do I think he's going to make an impact? It really depends on what team he goes to. I do have a prediction of where I think he's going to go, so
right.
I'll explain that in my 30 seconds.
All right, we'll save that. All right, so Kevin, ready to go?
I'm as ready as I will be, honestly.
All right, so you have the 30 seconds of the minute. 3, 2, 1, argue.
All right, so Jose Fernandez batted .234 last year with 22 home runs, 69 RBIs, and a 1.0 WAR. That's good, not great. He's turning 36, and the only reason why he'll get a big money deal is because the top outfielders this year, Yoenis Cespedes, Dexter Fowler, Michael Saunders, Mark Trumbo. Arguably, Jose Bautista's in the top 3 of those. I think he'll get a big money deal, but I think his numbers drop drastically.
All right, stop, Scott, go.
Okay. Jose Bautista, as you said, Kevin, had a overall good year last year. However, his value has gone down because he's not a good defender anymore. He's 36. He's like Carlos Beltran, who had a terrible year defending, and when the Rangers acquired him, he became a DH. Now, I think he will go to the Rangers also. I do think he will make an impact this year, but not next year.
All right, good arguments from both sides. How do you guys feel about that?
Good.
I mean, I have more to say, but you know what? We'll hold
Kevin,
back.
also you said Jose Fernandez, not Jose.
Yes. Scott.
Well, whatever.
Hopefully, you won't have to confuse that anymore. Scott, you did interrupt him, so you are going to use that first warning. So just try not to interrupt him.
I think it was a useful interruption.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was.
Interruptions are still interruptions. But are you guys ready to move on?
Sure.
I mean, one thing I'd like to add is that Jose Bautista could still DH in Texas, so go on.
All right, I love your arguments for the first argument. But
Jose Bautista will DH in Texas. They're losing Mitch Moreland, so a guy's going to have to come in and play first. And no matter who's going to DH next year, who's going to play first next year, it's going to be a rotating position. But if they sign Bautista, he'll be the DH.
All right, so we'll continue this conversation after our little recording session is ended. But are you guys ready to move on to the NFL category?
Sure.
James.
All right, so just a reminder, Scott will answer this question first. Kevin will answer it second. Here is the question. Here's the background detail. Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer said earlier in the week he would start to explore kicking options after Blair Walsh missed his 4th PAT on the year. However, just to point out today, Blair Walsh was cut. PATs have been terrible for the kickers of the NFL since he was moved back, with the likes of Steven Hauska, Roberto Aguayo, Mason Crosby, Will Lutz, and Nick Folk. Actually, scratch Roberto Aguayo, he made all his. But every one of the other ones missing this weekend in the NFL. My question is, should PAT yardage be moved back to what it was before, or should it be moved to shorter, or do you like it how it is now? You have a minute to research. Go.
All right.
We do just want to remind you here at the Unfiltered Sports Podcast Network that we will be releasing tons of podcasts this week. Hopefully we get an episode of Unfiltered United with me and Kevin talking about a lot of big moments in soccer recently and a lot of big moments in soccer coming up. We've got a huge weekend. Also, Scott might be able to get some MLB free agency started up in around the bases and maybe some Shots Fired hockey podcast, and of course more 3-minute drill, because as Ilya Brizgalov would say, Scott,
the sports world is so humongous big, and we have so much to do.
All right, Scott, I'm gonna give you an extra 5 seconds just for that.
Perfect.
Whoa!
Well, no, I'm giving you both the extra 5 seconds.
Okay.
I mean for research, not actually in the round. All right, your 5 seconds starts now. All right, full time. So Scott answers this question first, and without revealing your entire answer or all of your argument, Scott, should PAT yardage be moved up and have it be easier? Should we move back to what it was before, or should it stay the same?
I think that it should be moved back up.
Okay, good answer. Kevin?
I'm going to go the difference and go, I like it where it is right now.
Okay, so you both have opposing opinions. This is going to be good. Scott, are you ready to debate?
Yeah. Colby just reminded me that Jack Capuano lives in Gart Snow's basement. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that another time.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Move it back.
Okay. So the fact that kicking percentages have ranged from 100% to 64.3% this season from field goals has been horrid. And then extra points has been 100% to 78.9. 78.9 being Blair Walsh, who just got cut today. I mean, you look, last year it was so much higher, and the more points, the better in football, considering my New York Jets by baseball.
Go.
All right, so this year only 7 teams have not attempted a 2-point conversion, and only 3 teams have kicked under 90% from an extra point. 10 teams have 100% extra point percentage. The way it is right now is perfectly fine. It makes for more exciting football, and it makes for a lot more strategic, I'm going to say involvement for the sake of the argument.
All right, so that it?
Yeah.
All right. I like both of your arguments again. I liked how Kevin went into the whole strategical involvement, like how Mike Tomlin did. That's his name, right? Mike Tomlin? Yeah. Like Coach of the Steelers did this past weekend against
the Dallas Cowboys. Let's be honest, that didn't work out well at all.
Yes, but it provides more of the risk. Scott, I also loved your argument comparing how bad kickers have been this year. But I think we're ready to move on to the third and final round. Are you guys ready?
Panthers up 2-1 against the Canadians. Go ahead.
Dang, who scored?
Kyle Rao.
2-2.
All right, go on.
NHL will be our third category. Just a reminder, Kevin, you will have to answer this question first. Here is the question. Patrick Kane's wonder goal on Sunday night gave the Chicago Blackhawks the win over the hottest team in the NHL at the moment, the Montreal Canadiens. However, they're losing to the Panthers right now, so it must not be too hot. But what a lot of people haven't realized is after a very bad defensive start, the Blackhawks are now top of the Western Conference by 5 points, leaving the Hawks all alone at the top of the best division from hockey last season. My question is, after a nightmare exit to the playoffs last season against the St. Louis Blues, is it time for the Chicago Dynasty, as so many will call it, to restart and then become kings of the Western Conference again? If no, who can catch the Hawks in the regular season or in the playoffs? Whatever answer you want to give. You guys ready to do your research?
Can you repeat the last part of the question real quick?
So my question is, yeah, that was a little confusing on my part. My question is it time for the Chicago Blackhawks dynasty to restart after their terrible exit last season? So do you think they can win the Western Conference again this season? Or who do you think can catch the Hawks and win the West?
All right.
Ready?
Just to know, Toronto's beating Nashville 2-0.
Don't act surprised.
I'm going to start your timer right now. 3, 2, 1, research.
Okay.
Just one more quick reminder. This is the second of 3 of the first round of 3-minute drill. The third round will be recorded a little later tonight due to some scheduling issues, as it will be me taking on Colby Guy in what I hope is a very good, exciting matchup.
Very good. Very good.
I'm going to tell you guys you have 25 seconds.
Oh, yeah, I kind of expected that from now on.
What, just a reminder?
I'm ready.
You are? All right. Well, if Kevin doesn't want the last 15 seconds to research, you can. You have 10 seconds.
I'm going to take these last 10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Time is up. Just a quick reminder again, Kevin will be answering this question first. So, Kevin, just as your basic answer, is it time for the Chicago Dynasty to restart again this season?
No. Well, yeah, it is actually, because, yeah.
All right, don't go too much into research. So you're saying the Hawks can restart their dynasty this year?
Most definitely.
Okay, Scott?
No.
Okay, so again, you guys are opposing in opinion. So, Kevin, you have what?
See on my door there's a poster that says "Don't bother me."
Why does it say that?
Don't worry about it.
No, what are you doing?
I'm doing something. So sick and tired. Okay, back to what we were doing.
All right, Kevin, you ready to answer?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, yes.
Now, all good dynasties start with age, and the Chicago Blackhawks are young with their core. Patrick Kane's only 27. Jonathan Taves is only 27. Well, this is last year, so 28 now. And a lot of their core is young. However, last year they had a poor season. This year they look like the the Chicago Blackhawks of old. They are a good team. They are a solid team. They are a young team. This dynasty will be going on for the next 5 years. I'll say 3 cups in the next 5 years.
Oh, wow, bold prediction. All right, Scott, go.
Okay, so the Blackhawks are really good. Yes, I understand that. But I'm just going to look at another team right now who currently has the top 2 in goals in the NHL, and the top and tied for second in goals, and tied for first in points. The Winnipeg Jets with Mark Scheifele and Patrick Laine are going to be a big threat to the Blackhawks over the next couple of years because they are young.
They're like 5 years away.
All right, so the two opinions have been made. Kevin said yes. He gave a very good argument. Scott brought up numbers of how the Winnipeg Jets are planning on stopping the Hawks and how good they are this year. But, of course, it's a long hockey season, and we're going to see how it pans out. Right, so that concludes our second episode of 3-Minute Drill. We thank you guys for watching. We want you to leave a comment down below who you think won this debate, whether it was Scott or Kevin. Just leave a comment down below.
Vote for Kevin 2016.
Once again, for Scott Fingeroth and Kevin Fielder, I'm Cal Freeman, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.
Make sure to stay here for more humongous big sports content.